Most people panic when someone says, "Tell me about yourself." And today we're fixing that.
Hello, and welcome back to English Podcast with Zico. I'm your host, Zico, and as always, I'm here with the wonderful Sarah.
Hey everyone. Hi, Zico. Great to be here.
So, Sarah, today we're tackling a topic that it's fundamental, right? It's probably the first thing you ever do when you're speaking a new language. We're talking about how to talk about yourself, how to introduce yourself in English.
Oh, absolutely. And it sounds so simple, but there's actually like a lot to it. It's not just saying your name, it's your first impression, your opening line to, well, to everything.
Exactly. It's the key that unlocks the conversation. So, we're going to break it all down today, from the basics to the nitty gritty of formal versus informal situations. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
All right, so first things first, why is this so important? You could argue everyone knows how to say, "Hi, my name is Zico." What's the big deal?
Right, but it's about the context. Think about it. English is a global language. You could be traveling, you could be at an international conference, or you could just be meeting a tourist in your own city. Knowing how to introduce yourself properly is what it breaks the ice. It's how you go from being a stranger to, a potential friend or a new contact. It's about connection.
A potential friend. I like that. And it's not just social, right? Professionally, it's critical. Job interviews are basically one long, extended introduction of yourself.
Oh, 100%. Or even just your first day at a new job or attending a networking event. Your introduction sets the tone for your professional reputation. It shows you're polite, you're respectful.
Right. It shows, the cultural rules of engagement, so to speak.
Exactly. It's a fundamental building block for both your personal and professional growth when you're operating in an English-speaking environment.
Okay, so we've established it's super important. Let's get into the basics. Where does someone even start?
Well, you start with the greetings, your simple hello or hi, and then you give your name. My name is Sarah, or more casually, I'm Sarah.
Easy enough.
Yeah, and you can add things like good morning, good afternoon, depending on the time of day. And then, of course, the classic, nice to meet you.
A must have phrase. But they're the ingredients, not the full recipe, right? You have to know how to combine them.
That's the perfect analogy, because you wouldn't use all of them in the same way. This is where we get into the really important stuff, adapting your introduction to the situation.
Yeah, let's talk about that. This is probably the biggest challenge for learners, the giant chasm between formal and informal. Another basic phrase that's incredibly useful is "I'm from." It's such a simple way to share a bit about your background, and it often opens up a whole new line of conversation.
Okay, so let's paint a picture. Formal situations. We're talking about work, a job interview, an academic conference, maybe a formal business dinner. The key words here are polite and respectful.
Right, so you probably wouldn't say, "Hey, what's up? I'm Zico."
Probably not, no. You'd use more complete sentences. Good morning, my name is Sarah Peterson. It's a pleasure to meet you. You might mention your job title or your reason for being there.
Okay, so let's do a quick role play. I'm arriving at a conference. I walk up to you at the registration desk. Go.
Okay, sure. I'm the person at the desk.
Hello, I'm Zico. I'm here for the International Podcasting Summit.
Perfect. It's clear, it's polite, and it gives me all the information I need. You're not just telling me your name, you're explaining your purpose for being there. You could also add your company, like, I'm Zico from English Podcast.
Got it. So, in formal settings, you share relevant professional details your job, your qualifications, your role, your purpose.
You got it. Now, let's flip it.
Let's flip it. Informal situations. This is most of life, really. Parties, coffee shops, meeting a friend of a friend.
Totally. And here, the rules are so much more relaxed. The goal isn't just to be polite, it's to actually build a connection, to start a real conversation.
So this is where you can be more you.
Yes, you can share your name, of course, but also where you're from, maybe your hobbies, your job, but in a casual way, or even why you're traveling if you're on vacation.
Right. So if we met at a friend's barbecue, I wouldn't say, "Hello, my name is Zico. I am a podcast host." That sounds robotic.
Yeah, super robotic. You'd probably say something like, "Hey, I'm Zico. How do you know Mike?" Or, hi, I'm Sarah. I love this song. Have you tried the potato salad yet?
You see, you're not just stating facts about yourself, you're opening a loop, asking a question, trying to find some common ground.
That's the key. In informal settings, the introduction is a two-way street. It's an invitation for the other person to share something too. It's friendly, it's relaxed, and it feels natural.
So the big takeaway who's formal is about information and respect, informal is about connection and conversation.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And it's not just about the first time you meet someone. The way you greet and sort of reintroduce yourself changes.
Oh, that's such a good point. A small detail, but it makes a huge difference. Like you don't say, nice to meet you every time you see someone.
Right. If you say that to someone you've already met, it can be a little awkward. It implies you forgot them.
Yeah, definitely. So the first time, it's nice to meet you. The second time, and every time after that, it's something like, it's nice to see you again, or good to see you.
Exactly. It's a small shift in language that shows you remember the person and you value that previous connection.
And what about when you're leaving? The anti-introduction, the outro, if you will.
The outro. I like that. Yeah, you'd say something like, it was nice talking to you, or it was great to meet you. It's like a polite closing statement for the conversation.
Okay, so we've got one-on-one covered, but what about, and this is the scary one for a lot of people, introducing yourself to a group?
Oof, yeah, the classic, let's go around the room and introduce ourselves.
My palms are sweating just thinking about it.
Well, the trick is to start with a collective greeting. Instead of trying to make eye contact with everyone, you just address the room. Hello, everyone, or good morning, everybody.
That takes some of the pressure off.
It does. And then you just share your name and the most relevant details for that context. So in a business meeting, hello, everyone, I'm Sarah, and I'm the lead designer on this project. In a yoga class, hi, I'm Sarah. This is my first time trying hot yoga.
So you keep it brief and relevant to why everyone is in that room together.
Precisely. No need to tell your whole life story, just your name and your reason for being there.
Wow, okay, we've covered a lot of ground, from the basic hello to the dreaded group intro.
We have. I think the biggest takeaway, the final note on all of this, is that introducing yourself is a skill. It's a communication skill. It's not just about grammar or vocabulary.
Right, it's about being aware of the context, aware of your audience, and aware of your goal. Are you there to network, or are you there to make a new friend?
And like any skill, the only way to get better is to practice.
That's it, you have to do it. It'll feel awkward at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Your confidence grows, your fluency improves, and before you know it, you're introducing yourself like a pro.
A fantastic summary, Zico.
Well, that is just about all the time we have for today. Hopefully, this has given you all some confidence and some practical tools to use the next time you have to talk about yourself in English.
Yes, our homework for all of you listening is to go out there and introduce yourself to someone new. You can do it.
A great call to action. Thank you so much for listening to English Podcasts with Zico. You can find us on all the major podcast platforms, and don't forget to follow us on social media for more tips and tricks. And tell us in the comments, what part of introducing yourself feels hardest for you?
We read everything, and your answers shape the next episodes. If this episode helped you even a little, subscribe and stay with us. It was great talking to you all. See you next time.
Bye for now.